What the fuck's happening, people? Welcome to the General Banter Patreon exclusive. We're in the home office here. I got a bit of a sexy red light going on up the side here, which I thought was going to be sexy. But it actually just kind of looks like I've got sunburn in the middle of my face. And the worst bags of all time. It's Sunday. People will be asking, were you drinking last night, Colin? No, I wasn't. I'm very angry about it. I was, in fact, sober as fuck. Nothing more. And you know, I was around some people this morning and they were hungover and they were like, oh, fuck, I'm dying and all. And I was like, I've never been more jealous in my life. Because that's where we're at now with lockdown. You know, we've got to the point where, you know, everyone's counting their blessings. Oh, isn't it good and all? Aren't we so lucky? And we're fucking grand and we've been doing all this shit. And I'm at the point now where I'm like, no, I'm one of the now, a lot of people hit this point, you know, like 3 weeks into the first lockdown. But now we're over a year into it now, and I'm like, that's enough. That's enough for me now. I'd like to go somewhere. I'm bored shitless. I want to be able to go do stuff. Part of that, you know, is down to our family circumstances, and you know, everyone has to still be a bit careful. But I'll be honest, guys, I've fallen victim to. By the way, you know, people are talking. Blind boys out there giving you a podcast hug. This is the Sunday podcast fisting from Colin Geddis. You're welcome. Okay, you're getting fisted on a Sunday for half an hour here for the Patreon. But yeah, I'm fucking I'm at that point now. I'm at that point where I'm just like, get this fucking place open. I'm falling victim to social media. I'm seeing people on their social media, fucking, you know, just out and about living their life, and I'm sitting at home and I'm jealous. You know what I mean? I'm falling victim to that social media thing, guys. You know, people are like, sometimes the grass looks greener on the other side. Because the grass isn't real grass. People are putting up the highlights of their life. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I want to go to a place where I can fake my grass, you know? I want to fake some grass. At this point, I would drive to a beach, put my fucking swimming costume on, you know, my nice one piece, just cutting my fucking mankini, just cutting right up into my fucking bits there, and just take my photo and be like, been sea swimming. That's what I've been at this week. I've been sea swimming. Because at the start I was slagging it, and now I'm like, you know, I might fill the child's fucking paddling pool out here and just lie in it. Outrageous. That's always the worry when you have a kid. You know, is it going to stop you doing things? And it is, and especially during a lockdown. You know, the main question is, can we go here? Is it too far away for the baby? Can I take a piss and a shit when I get there? They're the things standing in the way at the minute. But I'm jealous. I'm falling victim to it. You know, even I'm seeing Mickey in his garden drinking beers, and I'm like, for fuck's sake, was I drinking beers 2 nights ago? Yes, I was hammered. But I don't know. I'm jealous Geddis. That's the name of the podcast. It's jealous Geddis. I'm seeing people out there. They're living their lives. I have a tab open on the computer here. I'm looking at wetsuits. Why? Why am I looking at wetsuits? I know there's one that doesn't fit me. Who knew wetsuits came in thicknesses? You know, you got ones there like fucking, oh, what do you want, 2 mil, 3 mil, 4 mil, 5 mil? I'm like, can you imagine fucking adding 1 centimeter girth the whole way around my body? What the fuck would I look like then? Big Hero 6? By the way, Tim Gallagher made that joke one day, and now I haven't stopped thinking about it, you know, because he said something about Big Hero 6, and then I've googled that, Big Hero 6. Yeah, I look exactly fucking like that. That's my build. Same haircut, same facial expression. Yep, that's me. That is me, baby. Big Hero 6. But yeah, the weather's been great. And people have been flying around the country, living it up. If anyone's going to catch COVID nowadays, it's going to be at Helen's Bay. I've said that before, but you know. So I seen someone put up a post the other day, and they're like, "Oh, we sea swim in the morning," and you look a bit closer, and you're like, "There's what is this, Glastonbury Festival? There's 200,000 people there. You can't catch COVID in the sea." I'm just jealous. I literally earlier in the week I did a podcast with my man Dave Elliott, another married man with children. And we'd threatened to make a podcast called Sad Dads, where we just go around and do real basic things because you've been let out for the day. And that's what he was doing in my office. He was like, "Hey, can we do something on Wednesday?" He's like, "You're the only guy I know who doesn't have a fucking real job." And I'm like, "Cheers." And he's like, do you want to do something? And I was like, what's brought this on? And he goes, oh, the wife's letting me out for the day. Which is a big thing when you're married with a kid, or two in his case, and a dog. Gets let out for the day. And I was like, well, yeah, just fucking, what do you want to do, a podcast? He's like, yeah. He came to the office, we did a podcast. And the good news is, I think I lost it all. If anyone sent in a question for that podcast, thank you. Will it make it out into the public? I don't know. And it was a shame if it won't. It's a shame if it doesn't, because it was super fucking funny. But we recorded, and this is why we need Niall back. You know what I mean? The quicker he quits his fucking job and gives up on his dreams, the better, because it'll benefit the podcast big style. Okay. I recorded it, took it home. For some reason, the sound wouldn't play, some sort of corrupt file, and the video wouldn't play, so I couldn't sync either of them. Great times. Cracked my fingers in rage there. Crack my fingers in rage. My new band. Unbelievable. So, I'm waiting until the next time I see Niall to see if he can salvage it. If he can salvage the video, it's still no use. We need to be able to salvage that audio, because it gets synced up with the video. And that's just some technicalities I thought I would let you in on. I'm sure you're fucking riveted. But hey, it's a Sunday. It's Gedzilla Geddis on the podcast wank. Podcast fisting. Here we are. So we did a podcast, and it was great fun. And then we were like, where can two big chunky chaps get a fucking sandwich and a walk around here? And we thought there's plenty of places to get sandwiches, but it was like, where can we couple this up as a walk? And then I was like, what about Crawfordsburn, which I'm pretty sure Helens Bay is Crawfordsburn, if I'm not mistaken. And we all know it's Glastonbury Festival. So he said to me, listen, it's going to be busy. He goes, now, if you're talking Crawfordsburn, you're down my neck of the woods. So I'll sort you out with a sweet sandwich. And that's what happened. We drove the whole way to Bangor. What an event. And Bangor was always like some of these towns, these coastal towns, these little harbour towns or seaside towns or whatever. You go in and, Bangor, I sort of got that thing. People are always like, oh, Bangor. And then, you have some experience of Bangor and you're like, what's fucking fancy about Bangor? But when you go there on a sunny day, I was like, oh, yes, Bangor. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. We were there in the sun. He got us a fucking, you could go to Bangor and get yourself something fancy. He's like, nah, we'll stick to the basics here. Two big lads in Bangor. We're getting breakfast baps, everything in it. So we sat and ate those like two dodgy looking bastards, if I'm being honest. Both wearing shorts, both wearing a jumper, sunglasses, just looking straight up fucking weird. We eat that. I had yolk down my fucking hand, and let me tell you something, I'd nearly rather get dog shit on my hand than egg yolk, because it's like fucking, when the Titanic was sinking, I don't know why someone didn't go, is there eggs in the kitchen? And just get the yolk out and just fucking beat it a little bit and just kind of pack it into the wound of the boat there, because that shit is sticky. Very, very sticky. If your tooth comes out, dip it in an egg yolk and push it back in, it will stay there. It's the stickiest shit of all time. But anyway, I got that. I always get that jealousy when I'm anywhere coastal. My granny used to live in Port Ballantrae. Anytime I go down there, the fucking shoulders drop, a bit of tension drops off your body. You're like, man, I feel at home here. This feels great. Never had that in Bangor, mind you, but when I went there the other day, it was sunny. I was like, oh, I get this now. This is why, you fight to get your house down near the fucking marina here. You're walking around. It was nice. Everyone that's out walking is like fancy. You're like, these people don't work. They don't need to work. Someone's dad's a fucking judge or something. You know what I mean? There's always some connection where they're like, well, I basically do this and I volunteer at a fucking dog home or some bullshit. You know what I mean? And then I cycle my fucking old bike down here and take a dip in the water. Which is what we did. Me and Dave were walking along and we're like, right. And then he took me around to it. It was called Brompton Pier. Straight out of Brompton. And he's like, this is it. This is where everyone gets in the water. And I was like, oh, fuck, no shit. I recognize it from photos. And he goes, did we get a photo? Because me and him have collectively slagged sea swimming for a long time. And he's like, did we go round to the wee fucking steps and get a photo? And I was like, 100%. So we go round. And as we're walking around the corner, these two girls just walk right in front of us. And we're walking quite close behind them. And in the world of Me Too, you know what I mean? The fella is more aware of that nearly than the female now. So they walked in front of us, and I was like, right, we're going to have to fucking hang back a bit here. We're just going to look like two creeps. And they were very clearly going sea swimming. And they went up on the top deck of the thing, and they were going to fucking take their sweats off and jump in the water. But these two fucking large Big Hero 6s, Big Hero 6 and 7, are walking behind them. So they fucking stall. They're like, look at this lovely view. And me and Dave were fucking got the phones out like, ha ha, taking selfies. You know what I mean? We're going to put that up online and be like, this is the fucking state of this, man. We're going sea swimming. And they just chilled until we left. And then, of course, you could see them in the distance. They like fucking got undressed and got in the water. And by got in the water, I mean set up a fucking camera and just went, and then jump back out. Just to make sure that their followers online know that they were getting in the ocean. Getting real holistic with it. So yeah, that was as close as we got to sea swimming. And strangely enough, that afternoon I got a message from Active Outdoor fucking, Active Adventures NI or something. Dude was like, do you want to come up and go paddleboarding and all one day? And I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'll do that. I'll make a real vlog about it. None of this like tiptoeing in the ocean and then being like, I've cured depression, to be honest with you. My feet are freezing. See you later, depression. And also, people are saying things like, oh, I'm in here for the cold water therapy and recovery. Recovering from what? The home workout you've been doing with fucking tins of beans? Man, I really just need to recover. I just need some fucking heat shock proteins and some fucking, cold therapy to really just fucking relax my muscles from doing what? Half push-ups in your kitchen? Fuck off. I did 10,000 steps today. I need cold water therapy to help my professional athlete body fucking return to perfect. Catch your fucking self on, would you? Cold water therapy. I don't even think people are doing it right. I think the one that's supposed to be beneficial for you is you fucking sit in the ice bath for like 5 minutes. And then you get out and then you get in a sauna. And then you get back in the ice bath. And then you get back in the sauna. And I don't know how long you fucking do that for. But you just keep doing it till you feel whatever the fuck. But people are like, man, I really need to let my muscles recuperate after I did, squat thrusts. 20 seconds on, 2 minutes off, times 1. Man, I did an ham wrap. It's corn ham. I don't eat meat. I love that. It's like when you see dudes, fucking, you're like, man, they're like shaking the protein on the way into the gym. And you're like, what's that for? And you're like, I'm just getting back to it here. Just getting back to the gym, need the protein. Really? What good's that gonna fucking do you? Just have like 2 extra bites of a chicken breast? Man, need to get some fucking, get on the creatine and the fucking glycerine or what's the other one called? Glycogen or whatever the fuck it's called? Glycolides? Man, I need my fucking amino acids and my fucking energy and my pre-workout and whatever. To do what? 80 is get in the line and do fucking 8 bench presses while one of them's pretty much doing the work. And then when we're done that, we're gonna get into we're gonna fly to Iceland and get in a fucking icy pool. Just to fucking let our muscles recuperate after me and the 15 lads got in a queue and did curls. Fuck off. 2 times fuck off. It's Gedzilla Films. Big Hero 6 and 7. But anyway, I had a lovely day with Dave, and if I'm not able to salvage that podcast, I'm going to be fucking furious. Although not a wasted day, because we did have a lovely time. The dads were out in force. But yeah, got a lovely big house in the country here, and the other day I was ready for fucking it all away, just to move into a flat in Bangor. Gotta do something. And that's the other thing. That was the other thing pissed me off, Wanted to get booking a Airbnb there, but obviously Maureen can't travel just yet, and pissed me off. If I was a real bastard of a cunt, I would just go myself, wouldn't I? But you can't be at that these days. So instead, we've stayed at home in the sun, and we're getting a fence built to keep my fucking psychopath son in, because you open that door. Do you ever see those videos where people take their dog for a walk and they're like, he just loves the water, and they open the boot of the car and the dog just sometimes they put a GoPro on them. Fucking dog just takes off, big jump, splash in the water. That's my actual son in the morning, except he's not running into water. He's basically charging out the back and trying to hook through a fence to get into the farm on the next field, where he can hear large machinery operating, and just nothing gets him more fired up. He's like, you hear a diesel engine starting, and he's like, tractor, and then he runs through the fucking glass window, the glass door to get at it, the glass window. What other sort of window have you got? So we got me and Dutch Frank. Dutch Frank made a fence. I just fucking stared at him, but it's good, man. I can't recommend it enough. Get a fence around your house. People are like, take down the fences. Nah, man, put them up. Keep everyone out. It looks great. Paint it however you want. Great times. Just been sitting out drinking, for fuck's sake. Had one of those cool nights the other night where the sun came out and we're like, fuck it, let's have a beer in the daytime. And we all sat around having beers, and then that led into the nighttime. And then we kept drinking, and it was me, Maureen's sister, and Maureen's sister's fiance. And we drank everything. We had one of those nights where you start drinking out of nowhere, and you're like, there's a few beers here. And then you drink through those, and you're like, right, we're down to like 2 tins of Guinness, half a warm Heineken, and some fucking shite that might or might not be in. And then that goes on. You drink we were literally splitting a bottle of fucking Carlsberg at the end of the night between 3 cups. We're like, there you go. There's 2 sips each. And then Maureen's sister made some sort of she was like handing me this thing. I was like, what's this, water? Just this glass? And she goes, I don't know. It's like it's vodka and lemonade. And I was like, is it lemonade? And she goes, yeah, but it's flat. And it was like at the back of a shelf for about 3 years. And I was like, cool. I'll probably just do without this one, since we've been drinking since 3 o'clock in the afternoon and it's now 2 in the morning. Thanks. Major shift put in on the fucking pints. I'm hitting this microphone quite a bit. I was going to make a domestic abuse joke there. I won't. Okay. What else has been happening this week? Let me tell you something. What a joy it was to see the UFC back. Jesus Christ. With a crowd as well. They did it in Florida. I mean, Florida, not a single fuck given about COVID. They're like, there's a global pandemic, you gotta stay in the house. And they're like, no. We're in Miami, so these fat asses, these fat cheeks aren't going to clap themselves. You know what I mean? So I'll take a bit of COVID if I can get out on the street for some greasy buns, man. And I don't fucking blame them. So they just carried on like nothing ever happened. Now let me just double check. Miami is in Florida. Am I making that up? Miami, Florida. Yeah, I'm right. Captain Geography over here. Now look at that. I would go there. I would look everyone in the fucking world loves it, and I'm like, I would go there. Unbelievable. Look at that. No wonder fucking Epstein's just banging kids there. Where's Palm Springs? Is that where he lived? Florida. Yeah. Wow. I mean, it's like hot property when it's like, the gaff isn't even particularly, there's just one house there. Let me just click on this just to see what sort of money they're talking. What? Last sold for 280 grand when? 1983? Okay, maybe I fucked that. Maybe there's like 2 different places. I mean, I don't think Epstein's getting a fucking 280 grand house. But yeah, it's one of the, I mean, you look at his New York time. Why am I talking about Epstein's property? Because he's a billionaire, man. That's where the fucking rich people live. The fucking New York one would pay money to do a tour of that place. How dodgy. Yeah, and what the fuck is my point? Oh yeah, the UFC was there, is what I'm saying. So they just cracked on like there was nothing going on, and it was good, man. So good to watch fights with a crowd, and it's almost like overwhelming. You're like, oh my god, is that how loud it used to be? And I'm just watching on fucking BT Sport, like I'm not even there, but I'm like, wow, like it just adds like another 50% of excitement when you can hear this fucking crowd going nuts. And the fights were banging. Great fights. There was fucking submissions. Someone got a heel hook. There was a fucking, your man Oliveira got fucking choked out with one arm. Some dude just got him in the rear naked choke with one arm. Fucking, what else happened? Your woman Shevchenko beat the shit out of your other woman. Crazy. Great fights. The two women's fights were amazing. Probably the best fights on the fucking thing. Rose Namajunas. You know? She fucking kicked this Chinese bitch's head off. You know? Back to Beijing you go. 5'5", like this, it's crazy. Crazy. 5'5". I mean, Maureen's 5'5". She'll tell you she's 5'5.5". Doesn't matter. Midget. You know what I'm saying? But but at the start of this fight, man, she fucking, Bruce Buffer's calling out her name. And she just keeps going, I'm the best. Over and over again. I'm not even hooked up. She's just like, I'm the best. I'm the best. I'm the best. It's crazy. It's amazing that, you know, the amount of self-belief and confidence and stuff you have to rack up when you're like, as I flick a knife open for no reason, you know, in that situation where you're like, I'm fucking invincible, I'm gonna fucking beat the shit out of this girl, let's go. But you can do that in your real life too. You know, you could stand, you know, when you're getting ready in the morning, just be like, I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the fucking best. And then you just straight up, you know, go to work in Sainsbury's. But it's the mindset that'll get you through. I'm the best. And then Joe Rogan comes on at the end, he's like, oh, you got me crying and all. You're like, Joe, what the fuck edibles are you on before this goddamn fight? Unbelievable. But what a great fight. And the kick in the face, man. You couldn't have had more accuracy with your hand. You know, she's like, we foot in between the two hands. And you know you fuck someone up when the Chinese girl gets up and she's like, what happened? So racist, Colin. Why? She gets up and she's like, what the fuck's going on? I'm fine. That's when you can never hit someone and they stay down and they're unconscious and they're like, oh my god. But what you really want them to do is come around and be conscious but not really fully there. And they wake up and they go, what's wrong? I'm fine. She barely touched me. And then they show the replay and it's just like, I guess. Just fucking boot to the face. It was the most dainty, like, perfectly placed little kick to the face. And your girl's fucking raging. Great stuff. And then, of course, the fucking Usman. Hey, welcome back to Geddis Reviews Fights. Doesn't know anything about them. Cool. Kicked in the face. Bang. And then onto the Masvidal Usman fight. They're having a scrap. Masvidal's from Florida. And Usman then just knocks him out. And this fucking photograph, like obviously it was the second round, I think. And, you've done a bit of sweating, get a bit of water poured over your head. And they come back in the ring. Big fucking, he sort of jabs. And then like the next one is like a slap of the fucking hand. So he like slaps the hand down. And then bang. Massive fucking straight right. And Masvidal's fucking out cold. But the bit that freaked me out, and if there's any fight fans listening to this, he hit him on the chin, near spun his head off, and then his sort of like body, like sort of shoulder charged him, like douche, hit him with his body, and you're sort of like, oh my god, that's the sort of power he's bringing, because the punch obviously fucking near twisted his head off, but it was when his body hit Masvidal's body, like, you seen the fucking force that he was coming forward with, because he looked like a fucking bus hit him, just, and great stuff, you know. It was fucking I got our nanny in this morning, and by that I mean I put Hey Dougie on, and the child is glued to the TV. Just put it on. It's just like, won't move. And then I didn't watch all the fights. That's like fucking 2.5 hours. I skimmed the fights. And then I seen that fight at the end. Great times. I'll be honest, I was losing interest there. And how could I forget Chris Weidman fought fucking Uriah Hall, and they come out, they're like, hey, we're touching gloves, we're fighting, bit of fucking fainting around, throwing a few jabs, whatever. And then Weidman throws the low kick. Probably watched the what's his name, but Dustin Poirier McGregor fight, and he's like, man, these shin kicks are all the rage. Goes to throw the kick, and your man you could see it in slow motion. He just, he's got a bit of a wide stance, and he just pushes his knee forward to make to check the kick a little bit, and Weidman kicks the front of his fucking shin, and sure enough, the leg turns into spaghetti. All I can think of is that fucking Dave Chappelle sketch where Charlie Murphy's like, man, we beat the shit out of him. His fucking legs was like linguine. Chris Weidman's leg was such a specific type of pasta. So funny. But he... man, his fucking leg was like fusilli. He fucking kicks him, and his leg just goes to... just breaks. And of course, the move there is... it happens so quickly. Whack! Go to put the leg back. You don't know what's broken, and you put the foot down, and basically where it broke, the middle of the shin touches the floor, and your leg is like side roads. And he knew right away, just rolled on his front and was just like, ah. Which, I mean, if that was me, you couldn't... I mean, the first thing you would do is run into the ring with a bucket, because if that was my leg, or I even seen that, I would just be like... like a dog. Do you ever see that clip of the dog being sick, and it just goes... like that. I'm gonna have to get it now. I'm gonna have to get it, and I'm not hooked up to any sign today, so I'll just do the old school. Let me see. Dog retching. Okay. There's a famous one. This is it. This is the famous one. This would be me if I snap my leg.
You all right?
Know what I mean? Throws the kick, snap, and that'd be me. They would run in with a bucket, and I was like, Joe Rogan would be like, he snapped his leg, and he's vomiting. Your man Herb Dean puts his hand on his leg like, sideways. What do you do with that? We're just waiting for the stretcher here. Don't move it. Let me just get that straight for you there. I could look at blood and guts all day. Open wounds, slices, bleeding. Someone breaks their leg, and I'm like, oh, my taint got real taut there. Jesus Christ. So yeah, I'll not be... One more time. Per dog. Anyway, we'll keep it short today. What are we on there? We're on 28 minutes. I was just checking in with you on a Sunday. What are we at the minute? I'm in a weird place, and thanks to anyone there's people still signing up to the Patreon. Thanks to all the people who've stuck around. We're trying to get some extra podcasts out every week. Of course, my producer is out of the country, but things are looking up, guys. And I'm restless. I'm jealous, Geddis. I'm restless, Geddis. Okay? Because our boy Niall there has said that he is going to dip out of this job early. About a month earlier than predicted. And that will be great for us because it coincides with things starting to happen again. There are some gigs being booked in. There are tour dates. There are a bunch of shit. There's going to be some special gigs happening. And I'm very keen to get going on things like that, because that means he'll be back, more regular podcasts, more guests, more vlogcasts on location, more little behind the scenes documentaries and stuff like that, more material getting put out because we're filming more. So I'm fucking very excited about that, and that'll all be going on to the Patreon. So anyone that's new here for the podcast, we'll keep cranking those out. even though there has been a halt in cranking because the one with Dave was fucking corrupt. Nightmare. But yeah, we'll just keep cranking those out, and then I can't fucking wait to be able to diversify with the content a little bit. Truth of the matter is, it's hard to get done during a pandemic, and we did a vlogcast. There was just a few comments made me feel a bit like probably should not be doing this, to be honest. Not a good look to be going the length of the country doing a bunch of shit when it's a fucking lockdown. I'm not special. Stay in the house. But that's gonna be fucking, there is a bit of a road out of it at the minute, and hopefully get Niall back, and we're looking at sort of bringing some extra help in to do different shit. So hopefully we get some cool stuff done. If you've been hanging out in the Patreon this far, thanks very much. If you're new, welcome, and we will be getting more cool stuff done. And I was gonna play you a video there. I will play the video, but I just I'm reminded there was an old bench outside our house with like a big cast iron legs on it, and I got the thing sanded and painted it, and it looked amazing, and I carried it over to where I wanted it, and I set it on the floor, and the leg snapped. So 2-day paint job, and the cast iron leg broke off. Great times. I'm gonna play you the best clip of all time right now. Okay, this is from Australian TV, and some guy who's like some sort of leader type folk is questioned about gay marriage or gays or some sort of gayness, and the switch, the change of pace here in his rage is fucking outstanding, and also the complete fucking left turn he takes with his subject matter is just chef's kiss on the anus. Watch this.
Same-sex marriage debate from Bob Catter.
I mean, people are entitled to their sexual proclivities. I mean, let there be 1,000 blossoms bloom as far as I'm concerned. But I ain't spending any time on it, because in the meantime, every 3 months, a person is torn to pieces by a crocodile in North Queensland.
Now, what I love about that is that he's going, yeah, fucking, there's fucking gays out here. Fucking do whatever you want. You know what I mean? Fucking get up to whatever you want, because there are bigger fish to fry. And by that I mean fucking people are getting ripped apart by crocodiles in North Queensland. And then they cut back to the studio, and these ones are fucking dying. The change of pace here.
Marriage debate from Bob Catter.
He's also going, fucking, I don't give a fuck about gays. Fucking, but what I do care about is fucking people getting torn to pieces by crocodiles in North Queensland. And you're out here worrying about... Do you know what? What a perfect argument for, people who are anti-gay, anti-LGBTQ+. That's a disgrace. Someone should be like, hey, shut the fuck up, will you? No one cares about this, because there are fucking people getting torn to pieces by crocodiles. Someone should go up to those people that protest in Belfast sometime. This is a sin. It's against God in Ulster or something. And just go, listen, this doesn't matter at all. And I'll tell you why. Because there are people getting ripped to fucking pieces by crocodiles in North Queensland. Well, you're necking. Incredible.
I mean, people are entitled to their sexual proclivities. I mean, let there be 1,000 blossoms bloom as far as I'm concerned. But I ain't spending any time on it, because in the meantime, every 3 months, a person is torn to pieces by a crocodile in North Queensland.
I'm gonna pull that out for any excuse, Maureen will be like, did you have those bins? And I'll be like, I'm not gonna spend any more time on it, because I'll tell you why. There are people getting ripped to pieces by crocodiles in fucking North Queensland. We can argue all day about these fucking bins, but I'll tell you the fucking fact of the matter is, every fucking 3 months someone gets ripped apart by a crocodile in North Queensland. And you're out here worried about bins? Catch your fucking cell phone. Oh, Mr. Geddis, do you know how fast you were going down this road when we stopped you? Listen, fucking, if I was going fast or going slow, that doesn't change the fact that every 3 months people get fucking ripped apart by crocodiles in fucking North Queensland. You bastard. What do you think about these riots in Belfast? Do you think they're justified, over fucking the sea border and all that shit? Let me tell you something, I refuse to talk about it anymore. I'll tell you why. People are fucking getting ripped apart every 3 months in fucking goddamn Queensland, okay? By a crocodile nonetheless. Fuck off. I'm gonna get out of here. That was the Sunday. That was the podcast fest from Jealous, Reckless Geddis. And just checking on you, checking in on you guys. See if you're okay. Enjoying the sunshine. Cover up. Make sure to put sun cream on. Maureen is obsessed with it. Hates sunlight, and she has the skin of a porcelain vampire. Me, not so many fucks given, and you end up with eyes that look like the bed of a river. But it's all good. Enjoy yourself, cook outside if possible, drink everything. Just enjoy yourself, guys, and we'll be back. We'll try and get a sweet guest for next Saturday. I'll pump something out during the week. Hopefully the podcast with Dave gets fixed, and we'll see what happens. So there you go. The half-hour power hour of a Sunday. Take care, guys, and we'll speak to you again.